Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap is finally in for Monday, July 14, 2025. Fans can expect Liam Spencer's Scott Clifton condition to change. Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, is bashed. Plus John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, has complex emotions over Luna Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, death. A nurse enters Liam's hospital room as Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Masinswood, sit by his hospital bed. Make sure to check out our next week B&B spoilers here. The nurse needs to check his vitals. Hope asks if the nurse thinks that Liam can hear them. She encourages them to keep talking to Liam. Anything is possible. The nurse exits and Steffi assures Hope that Liam knows they are there. Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones, interrupts. As Steffi and Hope talk, Bridget asks if they've told the kids anything. They haven't. Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, interrupts and asks about Liam's condition. Grace insists on examining Liam herself. Grace encourages Hope and Steffi to leave for a bit. They totally trust her with Liam. Grace is feeling around Liam's face and head. Bridget is having a hard time. Grace encourages her to take a break, she can handle this. After she leaves, Grace begs Liam to survive. In the hospital hallway, Bill repeats that he needs to see his son. Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K. can't believe the audacity after what Bill did. Bill won't make excuses but begs to see his comatose son. Bill prays that losing Liam won't be his punishment. They continue arguing and Taylor Hay, Rebecca Budig, starts to chime in. Bill doesn't want Liam to be alone. Taylor says the patient has Steffi and Hope. Bill refuses to be banned from his son and runs off. Ridge chases after him. After the men are gone, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, shows up. Taylor tells Brooke that Luna shot Liam and Shayla Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown. Back to Ridge and Bill. They end up in an empty patient room and argue. Bill tries to leave, but Ridge won't let him leave. Ridge blasts him and tells him to do the right thing for his son for once in his life. Bill is emotional and doesn't understand how this could have happened. Bill and Luna had a deal, an understanding, the publishing mogul claims. Hope greets her mother in the hallway as Steffi embraces Taylor. Ridge and Bill join the group. Hope demands to know what Bill is still doing at the hospital. Hope blows up at Bill as Steffi listens. Hope accidentally blurts out that Liam has a brain tumor. Bill and Ridge are shocked. Bill can't believe that Liam and everyone else kept all this from him. Hope and Bill have an emotional and intense debate. In Sheila's hospital room, Deacon Sharp, Scene Cannon, is with her. Sheila is trying to process that Luna is dead. Finn says Bridget and Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, did everything they could. But Luna didn't make it. Sheila needs to know details. The doctors suggest Sheila focus on her own recovery. Liam interrupts and asks to speak with Finn privately. When the doctors leave, Deacon tries to be there for Sheila. The waitress feels like a piece of her is gone. Deacon is proud of Sheila for helping to save Steffi. Lai brings her son into an empty hospital room. She wants him to be completely honest with her. The mother asks Finn how he really feels about Luna's death. Finn says it's complicated. Luna's life was wasted on unhappiness and trauma. At the same time, Luna was Finn's kid. Of course he feels something, but she also tried to kill Steffi. It makes Finn sick to think of Liam and Hayes Forrester Finnegan, Ryan David Garlick, being targeted. Lai says Luna is gone now, don't let her come between your marriage. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker, Dan Martin, enters without knocking. The chief says that Luna pulled a gun on Hayes' art teacher, Miss Dallin, Sydney Bullock, as well. He explains that if Luna lives, she's going to prison and never getting out again. Finn tells him that Luna is dead. A few moments later, Finn interrupts everyone arguing with Bill in the hospital hallway. Liam responded to stimuli. Finn, Steffi, and Hope file into Liam's hospital room, where Grace is still examining him. Liam suddenly flutters open his eyes. Monday's bold and the beautiful episode, July 14, delivered an emotional storm of shifting loyalties, haunting guilt, and unpredictable medical turns. As Liam Spencer's condition evolved inside the sterile walls of the hospital, emotions outside boiled over into raw confessions, fierce confrontations, and unexpected moments of self-reckoning. Finn, caught between professional duty and personal emotion, faced the depth of his inner conflict. Meanwhile, Bill found himself the unlikely scapegoat, and even his confidence wavered as his world began to crack beneath his feet. Scene 1. Liam's eyes move. A doctor's miracle or a fluke? The episode opened in the ICU, where the beeping of machines underscored the eerie quiet. Liam Spencer lay pale and still as Dr. Grace Buckingham adjusted IVs and murmured quiet instructions to the nurse. The tension was suffocating, especially as Steffi Forrester watched her ex-husband from behind the glass window, her arms folded tightly across her chest. Suddenly, Grace leaned in. "Did you see that?" she whispered, her voice laced with urgency. The nurse frowned. "Was it involuntary movement?" "No," Grace replied, eyes wide. "That was intentional." Just then, Liam's eyelids fluttered. It wasn't dramatic, but enough to cause a pulse of hope to shoot through Grace and the staff. Steffi darted into the room, her voice a tremble. "Liam? Can you hear me?" Nothing. Then, a twitch. A barely there movement in his right hand. Dr. Grace turned to Steffi, her tone calm but cautiously optimistic. "It may be the beginning. We don't celebrate yet, but something is changing." Scene 2. Bill cornered. A storm of accusations. At Spencer Publications, Dollar Bill Spencer slanted his fist on the desk. Justin Barber stood across from him, concern creasing his brow. "You're running yourself ragged, Bill. You haven't even changed your shirt in 2 days." Bill snapped. "My son is in a coma, Justin. And now I've got the Forresters breathing down my neck like I'm the damn villain." Justin tried to calm him, but the office door burst open. "Brooke Logan." "Don't even start, Brooke," Bill growled, but she walked right up to him, her eyes blazing. "You pushed everyone too far, Bill. And now Liam is paying the price." "What the hell are you talking about?" Bill barked. "I didn't put him in that hospital bed." "No," Brooke replied, voice icy. "But your obsession with power, your refusal to listen when everyone begged you to back off from Lay and her hospital, it created this mess. You pushed, and now we're all trying to pick up the pieces." Bill's facade cracked ever so slightly. For the first time in years, regret briefly crossed his expression. "What do you want me to do, Brooke?" he asked quietly. "Make it right. If Liam wakes up, he's going to need something you've never given him: consistency, stability. Stop being the reason he spirals." The words hit harder than Brooke knew. Scene 3. Finn's conscience splits in two. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Dr. John Finn Finnegan stood frozen outside Liam's room. He had just received the update. Liam showed possible signs of responsiveness. And yet, the weight in Finn's chest didn't lift. It tightened. Inside, Steffi remained at Liam's side, her fingers gently stroking his arm, whispering softly. That intimacy, though innocent, sent an unexpected pang through Finn. He turned away, only to find his mother, Lee Finnegan, watching him with steely eyes. "Don't lose yourself in this," she said. "What?" "You're more emotionally entangled in this than you want to admit. This is your wife's ex-husband, the father of her daughter, and he's waking up, John." Finn's throat tightened. "I'm a doctor. I've been focused on Liam's recovery." "You're also a husband," Ly warned. "If you're not careful, this whole situation will break your marriage wide open." For a moment, Finn said nothing, then he looked her dead in the eye. "Have you told anyone what you did?" Willie blinked. "Excuse me. See way you manipulated Liam's care. Your vendetta against Bill, your lies. Did you tell anyone the truth?" Her silence was all the answer he needed. Scene 4. Hope's guilt spirals out of control. Back at Forrester Creations, Hope Logan was trying to work, but her eyes kept drifting to her phone, to the image of Liam lying in that hospital bed. Every ding of a new notification sent her pulse racing. Was it an update? Was he awake? Was he gone? Thomas walked in, seeing the state she was in. "You can't keep doing this," he said gently. "You're torturing yourself." "I abandoned him, Thomas," she whispered. "I left him right when he needed me most." "What kind of person does that?" Thomas didn't hesitate. Someone who needed space. Someone who needed healing. Hope shook her head, tears pricking her eyes. "And now I might never get the chance to say I'm sorry." Thomas placed a hand on her shoulder, and for a brief moment, Hope allowed herself to lean into him. "You'll have that chance," he promised. "Liam's strong, he's coming back." Scene 5. Sheila's shadow lurks in the background. In a quieter wing of the hospital, Sheila Carter watched the flurry of activity surrounding Liam's room from afar. She wasn't supposed to be here, but she couldn't stay away. Not after hearing whispers of Liam's slow return to consciousness. Not after remembering the final moments she'd shared with him before everything went dark. She murmured to herself, if he remembers, he might remember everything. Poppy appeared beside her, arms crossed, voice full of disdain. "You shouldn't be here, Sheila." "Neither should you," Sheila snapped. "I came to check on Luna." "What's your excuse?" Sheila's eyes darkened. "Protecting my son." "You mean manipulating him?" Sheila took a step forward. "You're one to talk. The only reason Luna ended up with Liam that night was your little minty mishap." Poppy flushed. "Luna was in a vulnerable place." "And you're a fraud," Sheila hissed. "But don't worry, honey. When Liam wakes up, a lot of people are going to pay. Just make sure you're not first in line." Scene 6. Liam's pulse rises, and so does the tension. Later that evening, as the hospital corridor buzzed with activity, Grace called Finn back into Liam's room. "We're seeing something," she said urgently. Finn entered to find Steffi standing beside Liam, tears in her eyes. "His fingers, he squeezed my hand," she whispered. Finn rushed to the monitors. Heart rate slightly elevated. Blood pressure stabilizing. Oxygen levels strong. "He's climbing out of the coma," Grace confirmed. Steffi let out a sob of relief, collapsing briefly against the side of the bed. But Finn didn't move to comfort her. He stood rooted in place, conflicted, because the man waking up could either be the key to Steffi's gratitude or the spark that reignited something long buried between them. His professional mask cracked when he said, "Let me talk to him first, alone." Steffi blinked in surprise. "Why?" "Just, please." Grace nodded. "Give him a moment." Reluctantly, Steffi stepped out. Finn sat by Liam's bed, and in a voice laced with everything he hadn't dared admit, he whispered, "You have to come back, man. But when you do, you can't destroy everything I've built." Liam's eyelids flickered again, and this time his lips parted. A breath, a faint murmur. "Steffi." Finn's heart stopped. Scene 7. Fallout begins, and everyone feels the heat. Outside the room, Steffi had just called Hope with the news. "He's waking up," she said breathlessly. "He asked for me." Hope's face crumbled with mixed emotions, relief and heartbreak twisting into one. At Spencer, Bill received the news too, and sank into his chair, face buried in his hands. "Thank God," he whispered. Brooke lingered in the doorway, watching him. "Don't waste the second chance, Bill. If Liam wakes up with questions, answer them. All of them." Back at the hospital, Sheila paced nervously. If Liam remembered their last conversation, about Lai's medical interference, about Sheila's cryptic warnings, the entire house of cards could fall. And for Finn, standing at Liam's side as Steffi re-entered the room, he realized that waking Liam wasn't the end of the nightmare. It was only the beginning. Because as Liam's eyes opened wider and met Steffi's tear-filled ones, he whispered something that sent chills through them all. "Where's Luna?" Closing thoughts. Monday's Bold and the Beautiful was an emotional roller coaster that placed the characters on a new trajectory. Liam's subtle but clear signs of waking stirred hope and dread. Finn's emotional storm threatened to upend his medical objectivity. Bill found himself a pariah in his own empire, while Sheila lurked with dark secrets she knew couldn't stay buried much longer. The road ahead promises dramatic revelations, emotional reckonings, and tangled hearts rediscovering old wounds. And with Liam remembering pieces, the truth is clawing its way to the surface. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and BAU to the UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.